Yeah,
Knock yourself out.
I'm all set.
All right, well, we should be live with another BX Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Still in Ravenloft. We're down a couple of players tonight. Hopefully, one of them will show up soon. If one of you guys wouldn't mind monitoring Discord to see if Jazz throws in something, my screens are all filled up with stuff I need to reference. But we will go
Yeah.
on tonight, regardless. This party here, I'm sure, is hardy enough to confront Strahd in his own domain. It sounds reasonable, right? Let's find out. What level is your locksmith now, Dion? And go ahead and
I am
introduce yourself.
level. Oh, sorry. I am level 5 now. I see the thief is indeed getting up there. So, yeah, maybe I won't die.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Richard, how are you doing these days? What level is Fig Jam up to?
I am doing fine. Fig Jam, the magic user, is all the way up at level 5 also. But doesn't have enough XP to go up any further. So,
Okay, sounding good so far. Jameis.
And Gannon Horn, also level 5, half priest, half ranger, all elf.
It's all elf under that kilt. And Radnar. How is Radnar doing these days, Bill?
You're muted,
Muted.
Bill.
He's taking a vow of silence. That's how Radnar is these days.
he can't cast any spells then.
Okay. Sorry about that. I am sixth level magic user.
Nice.
It took a long time to get there. I mean, I can't help but wondering how he would be faring in Ravenloft if he was still Radnor the Skull.
It's true. You might decide, you liked it better there and flip sides.
Now,
All right, guys. Well, last time you have breached the doors of Ravenloft Castle proper, seen the sights, done the things. Anything memorable? Anyone wants to bring up from last session?
The mirror was a trick. I found that out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a secret doorway. And
Yeah, there's a path and... Yeah,
Yeah, looks like
lots of fun stuff.
Strahd resorts to some mechanical chicanery as well as magic and spells. Yeah, so you guys found the secret door, K11 here, and you did some exploring. How is everybody doing for hit points? Anybody down?
think we're full again if we level.
I'm
full,
2
yeah.
down.
You're 2 down. Okay. Yep. All right, good enough. So, where were you when we last left off? You guys had just found the mirror room with the hanging dummy of Strahd that reflected out into the room beyond. You found the organ that is rigged up to play music on its own. I believe you started examining down the hallways here.
Did we?
Yeah, I think we were starting to go back there, or at least I had mentioned that there was a pathway back there. I don't know if we were going yet, but
I put the
We
horse
could.
out in the stable. And that was the last thing that happened. So, we're just wondering. I think you're just up to wandering the castle at the moment.
Sure.
I think we were all in different places.
Yeah. Well, let's
Quit the party.
let's get you back together then. So let's just say you all meet back in K10.
Okay.
Which seems like a safe enough room. That's the dining room.
It's safe when we're dining there, but not when Strahd is.
All right. Probably in the castle now for, you've probably been wandering around for about an hour or so. Galen, you were able to get your horse stabled outside. You had to run through the golem and dragon in K7. But you're back in. You found that if you're fast enough, everything turns out just fine. So, where to?
I'm still curious about that back passageway. I kind of want to go down that little hallway in K11 to
Mhm.
K12.
Sure. K12 is an interesting room. It's octagonal. About 8 feet up or so are not really windows. I guess you would call them arrow slits. You know, they're very thin.
Murder holes.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing has got a really capacious roof. Like the room just goes up into a vaulted ceiling, good 30 feet above you. You don't really see any other exits or entrances into this room. The odd thing about it is that the arrows, if these are arrow slits for a murder room down below, you'd have to be really tall to be able to fire arrows through them. As I said, the slits start about 8 feet up on the wall.
You know what? I'm gonna regret this. Can I look up
Oh, yeah, certainly.
at the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. A lot of the ceiling is shadowed in darkness. What little light you have in here, you're human, right? So how
Yeah.
are you lighting the place with the magic
Amulet.
amulet?
Of continuous
Right.
light.
So the amulet barely reaches into the high ceilings of this room, and you shine it around there, and you see, magnificent woodwork. It's very thick beams holding it all together, giving this big, almost chapel-like dome. But you don't see anything else up there. Everything looks good. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll, though.
Oh no. Oh,
This is to
no.
detect secret doors and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're looking around. The only thing that looks a little puzzling to you is there are grooves in the wall about maybe 4 feet above your head, just below those murder holes. And just thinking about it for a bit, you think there probably was a platform here at one time. The wood has either been removed or rotted away over time. Yeah, because it looks like, you could put a 2x4, for instance, into each of these slots, and it would create a place to stand on. At least that's
I
what you're
think for
expecting.
the moment, assume we're all together in the same place.
Okay, so you're all together.
Easier.
No separating of parties.
Until we explicitly state. Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, you're going to split, Richard?
No,
You
I
want
was
to?
just going to say that Strahd said that one of us had the thing that he was looking for, but he didn't know who. So I was just going to say, don't wander off. Also, was
Hopefully
it
it's
Jazzman who had the
Jazzman.
thing, maybe?
Was it Jazzman or was it a Derby?
Yeah, we'll find out when Strahd murders them instead of us.
If we'll go ahead and puppet a few NPCs as far as if one of you players tonight want to carry the amulet, we can go ahead and just do the transfer. One of you could be holding it instead of an NPC that can't react. That's fine.
I think Rednall's the one who has the amulet anyway. So.
I was going to say I thought I had the amulet. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Not that we're saying as the amulet is the item or anything. Not that we know that. Yeah.
Well, that's what Fig Jam wildly speculated on last time, without saying the thing exactly.
And Jazzman wildly speculated out loud.
Yeah.
So if
But,
all of you are in this room, all of you can make that D6 roll then. Dion, you've already
Okay.
made it, so you're
Yep.
yeah, you're all good if anyone else wants to make it. And this is just you looking around the room.
Nope.
Well,
Don't know.
it's a different number from the other two, at least.
Yeah, but you're human, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, it's again, you guys all see the grooves in the wall that look like they once supported a platform. Looking around the floor, though, you don't see any like dust or bits of wood from the construction. Likely it was removed instead of it decaying. The floors are very clean, other than just dust and cobwebs. There's no, detritus laying around anywhere.
Right from all the dirt, it looks clean. All right. Much like my room.
Yes, exactly. Discounting the dirt, it's sparking, it's just sparkling clean.
Right. Well, we could go down the hallway this way now, down K13 if we want.
Sure. This is
That
really
seems to be the only other way.
dusty. And let me have
He's leading the party, it seems. So he's
Yeah.
they're in
I was going to
front
ask for
of
a
dragons.
marching order, so a C is leading
Gonna-
the way.
I'm gonna take my stick and just poke things kind of firmly on the way, just in case. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I know who's in the front. Who's bringing up the rear?
Fine. I will.
Okay, Galen, you're in the rear. All right, good enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
we've
the-
got another
the-
NPC with us
Yes, you
as
do.
well. Don't forget. I had
She's
forgotten about her.
she's staying in the middle.
Yeah.
I forgot
and
her
this-
name as well.
The squishy mages are in the middle too. So
Yeah,
What's her name?
it's the Burgermaster's daughter.
Yes.
Irina
should know, we should know.
or
Yes.
Yeah.
Irina.
Arena?
Irina.
Arena.
Thank you very much.
She stays towards the middle. She is, she had armed and armored up as well. So, she's got leather, a little bit of chain. She's got a sword at her side. Did you give her an amulet, or is she carrying around a torch?
Oh, she can have an amulet as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so all of you have magic light that you can close up if you need to. All right, so K13 down the hallway here. See, you're going first. It's really dusty in here. There's lots of cobwebs still that just crisscross the corridor. It doesn't look like anything has been here for a while, or those spiders get really busy really fast. Because like the mouth is just covered in cobwebs.
So are there footsteps from him going down this hallway at all?
You don't see anything in the dust on the floor.
What the hell? Okay. That's weird.
Must be a witch.
A witch! Burn the whole place down.
It's usually the best
Alright.
course of action.
I'm gonna keep poking around and I'll make my way downtown, walking fast.
So you just go through all the cobwebs. You said you're using your
Mhm.
stick to kind of prod ahead of you. The
Yeah.
cobwebs aren't unnaturally large or anything. I mean, they're just a lot of them. So you prod your way through, and you eventually get to the bottom landing of a staircase that seems to. Let's see if it goes up and down or just up. The map gets a little confusing here.
yes,
Goes up
that's
and
not-
down.
that's another reason why I'm not paying too much attention to
it
the
goes
map
up
and all
only,
the secret nooks
yeah.
and crannies
Yep.
because I can't tell what the hell's going on.
It goes up. Goes up.
Just up?
Just up.
No, the one at K64.
Yep. Wow, yeah, the map even says
the map
down.
note says-
Yeah, it says up and
yeah.
down, but the description says it's just up.
Oh,
Okay, well, it has to go down as well, though. It has to connect to the bottom. So, yeah, so there we go. You've got a set of spiral staircases that go up and down.
Do we want to clear this floor before we go up or down? Do we want to just like clear out?
We don't technically know how big this floor is, so
Fair. I
I have
mean,
no idea how we would clear
do
any
you
floor.
want to go up to the second floor already? Because we haven't really checked out
You're
the way
leading.
down here.
The
We're
Am I
staircase.
following you.
leading? I was just taking point because like
yeah,
I
therefore
have
you're
the
leading.
stick.
Yeah, therefore you're leading.
You have the leadership stick. So
Yeah.
you are the leader.
All right.
The stair steps are clean as well, as far as, like, there's nothing disturbing the dust.
The one
on
thing I will point out
rocks.
is that Fig Jam wants to find some crypts or something, so they're probably down. But
From the tarot cards, yes.
Oh, what
Yeah.
are all of them on the tarot cards? What? There's a church, a crypt, a mausoleum, or something like that. There's like two different things. Like
Oh
dead
my god, I
people.
would have to look in our Discord where I put the notes up many, many weeks ago.
There's a
Don't we
crypt,
have-
a tower room, a study, a chapel.
So, I mean, if you want to check the crypt out first, we can go down.
There was also a castle. It's not this castle, is it?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, until you find a
Um,
room that matches the card, you don't know.
Alright, okay. I mean, we can go down. I mean, I'm only looking for these things because we've been told to look for them. I'm not especially interested in finding them, especially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, well, let's go down. We have something to check out maybe down there. So yeah, I'll just start going down with the amulet, lighting ahead of me and poking a bit. You know,
Stick has spoken.
tap 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 tap
Okay.
tap tap tap.
You guys
tap.
will scroll down just a little bit there. You'll see the bottom of the stair.
Ooh.
Tiny.
Oh wow. That is a very small. Is it lit down here at all?
It
or
is
it
not.
Just...
The only light that
Right.
you have is from your amulets.
All right. Can
Right.
anybody see in the dark?
Yeah. Can't
Do you
you?
wanna? No. Do you wanna take lead down here? I can't really see that well.
No one but me can see in the dark, so that wouldn't really be helpful.
Hmm. I mean, you could see something further along before I could, and I could shoot them if you tell me where to aim.
Just go with light.
All
I'm at the
right.
back. You just go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna loop that corner, like look around the corner real quick, like do a little lean in and with the light and like peek down the corner.
Sure. So you see a door
Okay.
at the end of the corridor here, and
Mhm.
then down the other side, uh, it's a passage that runs east to west. There are alcoves, seem to be 10-foot square along each side. You see a bunch of like rotting, it looks like cots, rags still stringy in between the wooden frames. Looks like these are like little alcoves where without doors or anything. Maybe it is a like barracks or something. Maybe
Does it look like it's been lived in recently?
not at all.
All right. Do we want to check these out real quick, or we just
So
want to keep going?
unless you tell me otherwise, Dion, I assume your character is just standing like at the front here, not going in. So this is what you're seeing. So
Yeah,
you really
I
only
didn't
have a
walk
good
in
look
yet.
at the alcoves to the
right.
first alcoves to the right and left are really all you can see.
All right. Can I listen really quick to see if I can hear anything up in that alcove way?
Yeah, it's one of your thief skills. So why don't you go ahead and
Yeah.
do that, and then also give me a d6 roll.
All right. So hear noise is a 1 to 3. Okay, that's a 2
Okay.
that I rolled, and
You
then
can
you
stop
said
there
roll a
then.
d6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're fine. What I like to do with thief skills, when like a thief can do something that anyone else can, like anyone can like make a d6 roll to see what they notice. A thief has an extra ability. I let you do both. I let you roll both.
Oh, okay.
So yes, yeah, at first it's very faint. It sounds like just like a really like a scraping sound coming further in there. And again, you're looking at the dirt and the dust in front of the doorway, the archway here. Nothing's disturbed it in a very long time. You're hearing the sound of like just rubbing, scraping on the stone. It's very low. It's very quiet. You just barely hear it.
I'm gonna look back to the group and just whisper quietly, be like, "There's something in there," and I point into the alcove. I'm like,
Okay.
"There's something in there."
Since Asi heard that, you don't need to roll for surprise. But Asi, why don't you roll a d6 for initiative?
Uh,
Uh,
Oh
Okay.
no.
So it makes sense that it happens simultaneously. So you turn back and you tell everybody that you hear this, and then the sounds get a little louder, and now you're hearing the clicking sounds, hollow clicking sounds, like maybe bone crossing stone. And you shine your light back, and you see forms moving, like peeking out around the corner of each of these alcoves, skeletal faces, eye sockets blazing with a green light as they start walking towards you. So these are the skeletons of the castle's one-time guardians. They all have swords, rusted armor, bits and pieces of it anyway still attached to them as they kind of start filing out of their alcoves here. So it's just
Oh, no.
simultaneous, so they're going to rush you. They're going to charge into you and attack. What are you guys doing?
I'm backing up.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
all?
I wanna
You're
get
just
out of the
backing
front
up.
line. Oh, I'm getting away. I'm getting away from the front line
Yeah.
for sure.
Well,
and
this is
I'm gonna
simultaneous,
Let someone
so
else get up in there.
So Dion, this is simultaneous, so they are going to crash into you at the same time that you're doing this. So if your action is to back up,
Okay. Is there? Wait, you said I'm at the doorway, right?
Yeah, it's an archway.
Can
There's
I
no door
move
here.
like? Okay, I was gonna say, can I move around this little corner right here in front of this door
You
and just
can,
go
but again,
there?
since it's simultaneous and if your only action is to
Mm.
move, you're moving out of combat, which means they can take free strikes at you.
Right. Is total defense a thing in this?
It is.
Or
Yeah, you can just say you're just going full defense. That's fine.
yeah, I'm gonna go full defense in that little corner there.
Okay.
So we can pincer them, maybe.
All right. Richard, what are you doing? Everybody sees them now. You know, they're kind of rushing down the corridor, coming out of each of these alcoves.
I guess I'm pulling out my dagger and getting ready to stab, I guess.
All right, sounds good. Jameis?
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Okay.
half the priest though.
You're gonna try and turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
as much as I can.
All right, Bill, how about you?
I'm going to. Is there somewhere I can duck into and hide?
Well, there's a door at the end of the corridor, or you can go back up the stairs. But again, since this is simultaneous, the initiative happens all at once. If you're running there, you're running away from combat. Like they will get in there and be on you. So you would be exiting melee.
You know what? I'm going to use my. I'm going to use my ring of magic missiles.
Okay.
Try to get one of them.
Sure, that's fine. There's 10 of them coming out of each of the alcoves, running towards you. So Richard, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Holy crap!
Bill, go ahead, roll damage.
Not big enough for a fireball, is it?
Well, if it weren't for the fact that people are in front of you.
Yeah. Damn people.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, so that's
Unless they're level 1, I don't turn anything.
No, you're good. So how much
3.
did you turn? 3 of them?
3.
Okay.
Woo.
Fig Jam does a little bit of damage. Bill, roll the damage for your magic missile.
okay. And so that's 3 missiles, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Is it 1 per or all at one target?
Yeah, do you want to spread them out or do you want to do it all at one target?
I'll spread them out.
Okay.
1 missile does 3, 1 does 4, and the third one does 4.
Okay. Only 5 of them are going to be able to get you at one time. The opening isn't wide enough otherwise, so you guys are going to take 5 attacks here.
Can I be picky?
Go ahead.
If one of the ones at the front is what I get turned, they'll be in the way of their skeleton mates trying to get through.
But yeah, the turning and their attacking happens at exactly the same time, so they still get their attack regardless.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa!
Ouch.
Yep.
I don't know who they hit, but ouch.
All right. So the first one, unfortunately, is going to be a C, since he's at the head of the line when this happens, before he's able to move, and the 20 will hit. All right. So take 2 points of damage, a C. And then you're able to back up and go down the corridor. You're doing full defense, or essentially you're strategically moving back while you're trying to defend. So I'm not going to make you roll for it. You get yourself out of it, but you do take that 2 points of damage before it happens. The next one in line is going to be, let's see, what is your armor class, Richard?
Oh no, I am armor class 8.
8. Okay.
Not even a 6 is going to hit an 8.
Yeah, no, you're good. Good. Okay, so the rest of the miss, and this is the neat thing is when your guys go off. So Richard, your dagger actually does. It's a good hit. You get one right in the back of its spine. It seems to bisect it, and it falls apart. You kill one.
Nice.
Radnar, your 3 magic missiles hit home. 3 more go down.
Nice.
So 4 down. So there's 1 at the head. There's 5 behind. How many do you turn, Jameis?
3. And I don't know if technically I would have turned in once it got killed. I don't know how that works.
I'll give you guys the benefit and say that you turn the
Okay.
ones that are still up. So that
Yeah,
leaves
3 hit
just
dice worth.
that leaves just 3 skeletons that are still in play. So, Jameis, why don't you roll for the next round? And is anyone casting?
Technically, yes, but clerical and turning doesn't count.
Okay.
2.
Anyone casting? Otherwise,
I mean,
okay. 5. All right. So
They
the
get
3
it
of them go
first.
first. Okay. Asi, you've taken yourself out of the immediate front line, so that leaves us with Galen, Fig Jam, and Radnar still there. So it's going to be 1 on each of you as they kind of fill the gap. Okay, so Miss Galen, you get hit.
17. Yeah, that's gonna hit. I'm a class 2. It's not good enough.
It's a glancing blow with this rusty sword. It just opens up a fine line across your cheek for 1 point.
That's gonna give me tetanus. That is.
It might. It may be a slow death as your jaw locks up. That's their round.
Well,
So-
emboldened by how easily one of them went down last time with my stabbing stick, I will do the same again. Ha ha! Taste whatever metal this stabbing stick is made out of. Foul skeletal things. Go down again!
Nice. You take one out. Yeah. They seem to be very fragile. Whatever animating force is upon them seems to be just hanging.
Oh no,
by
they're
a thread.
hardened warriors.
There you
Just
go. Yeah.
going
In
down
your mind,
to
these are
each of me.
hardened warriors. How many do you turn, or are you able to turn any, Jameis?
I can always turn level 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is just determining how many.
Yeah. All right. So the remaining 2 turn to run. Bill, what was your action going to be?
I'm gonna throw a dagger.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, they're just running away. They're not dead. They're just going to try and run away from me, but they're still around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks like I hit an armor class 0
Okay. Yeah. Do some damage.
and
Hello?
5 points of damage.
Yeah. Again, you sever.
It's already dead.
You sever the skeleton's spine. Your dagger just powders one of the vertebra, and it just falls apart, and leaving just one that runs back into the darkness.
Yeah. So if you wanted to go and search all those crypts over there, they're still around, is the point. They're not gone.
Do not worry, I will protect you.
Yeah,
So-
don't mess with the magic users.
So they're scared of you, Galen?
Yes.
So why don't we put you in front? I'll sit behind you and I'll pick them off with arrows until they're dead.
I don't know if attacking them will make them rethink their lives. I don't know. But that's getting rid of them is always a good thing because they're evil undead.
Okay.
So we hunt them down and we destroy them.
But we won't need to go into another round. There is just the soul one left. So Dion, if you, as Galen goes forward, if you want to just pick it off, you do.
Yeah, so what's the wild magic table say about lucky number 7?
Oh, with your bow, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it the bow or the
7.
quiver? I forget.
Quiver.
It's the quiver. Yep. Actually, this is interesting. So 7, there is a puff of kind of green mist when your arrowhead strikes the skeleton, and
Poison?
it's covered in like a green fog for a moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
but do I hit it with
You do, yeah,
roll a 7?
I was gonna say
So
I'm not
5
gonna make you. I'm not gonna make you actually do it. You kill it. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It can't defend itself. It just has to get away from Galen, and it can't take any other action. So
Mm.
I mean,
There was
you
another
can-
3 that left
yeah.
earlier. We just hunt them down as well. I just
So you guys
Alright.
have there doesn't seem to be anything else moving around. If anybody gets really close to that greenish fog that Asi's arrow made, it does not smell good. Yeah, you do think it's probably a poisonous cloud.
I am just going to keep an eye out if the thief or anyone else wants to have a look around. That's fine. I don't know if they're looking magically or not, but I'm just going to keep an eye out.
Yeah,
things.
the cells all look like this is like just a small barracks of troops that once defended the castle.
I'm sure Jezben is trying to scribble whatever coppers are just scattered around.
I'm gonna rifle through the stuff that I see, just kind of take my bow and move like stuff around on the floor with the shaft of the bow and try and just pick through stuff and see if anything interesting shows up.
Okay. It's mostly all just like really rotted fabric. There was once a chest at the foot of each of the cots. The wood's all badly damaged now. There are a few like really like fused together copper coins. You know, they've just over time they've got so much verdigris on them. They're just a mass of like frozen together bits of copper. You see a few bits of silver shining here and there, but it's not a lot. And it would take some time to chip everything out, or you could just throw it all in a bag, up to you. Difficult to count, though, as it's all kind of stuck together.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna take it. It's not worth the time and effort, in my
Are
opinion.
we going to be here for a while or not?
Doesn't look like there's much here, so I don't think so. We can probably keep moving. Why? What you need?
All right. Well, no, it just takes 10 minutes for us magic users to attune ourselves to the thing to see if there is anything magical here.
I mean, if you want to do that, we can.
Ah,
I'm willing to wait.
all right. Well then, yeah.
I'd say while he's taking the 10 minutes to do that, I'm just gonna keep looking around.
Right.
All right, where are you looking around? In the cubicles, or just out in the hallway at the door at the end?
The cubicles. I'm gonna check them out.
Okay.
and-
That is
So-
the point. The longer we take to do these things, the more Rip Bert's going to roll in.
Fig Jam, you bring up your wizard sight, take a good look around. Other than whatever power animated these skeletons, which just leaves a very little magical residue on the corpses, you don't see anything else magical in here.
Alright.
Other than what we're wearing.
Right. Bill, where are you standing while this is all going on? Or what are you doing?
Oh.
I don't know. I'm hanging back. I'm not wanting more skeletons to come out, even though I realize that Fig Jam and I are the defenders of the group now. I'm remaining cautious.
Okay.
All right.
So
if we're done.
at the door, your your NPC companion is looking at the door, just kind of looking at it pensively. She's like rubbing her jaw. It looks like she's thinking really hard about something.
Okay, that door, is it just a normal door, or is it?
Normal wood double door.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to open the door. Fuck, I don't care. I'm just, at this point, I'm just like, sod this. I'm just going to open the door. If there's more skeletons, I want to turn them. So that's what I'm assuming is around here. And I'm all here for the turning of the evil undead.
All right. Let me. This is a little difficult to do on this map here. I gotta.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys, for making a map that's at 45 degrees. It doesn't quite work.
All right. So this is a wide area. There are racks on the walls where you see rusty pikes, spears, sword shields, helmets, bits of armor. This looks like it was a training area, perhaps, for the guards at one point. And Irina, again, is just kind of looking around. It looks like she's lost in thought. She looks fine. Like, she's not any paler. She doesn't look sick or anything. It just looks like she's lost in thought as she's looking around the room. And again, everything is just completely dark. The dust has settled on everything that you see, the old arms and armor. Nothing looks like it's been disturbed in a while.
There's 2 doors out of here.
Yes.
Otherwise? Okay. Pausing to give you guys a thing if you want to do anything. Otherwise, I'm going to open some more doors.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand by with my arrow ready. behind
Okay.
behind Galen as he goes for the doors.
Okay. So as you're doing that, Irina is approaching one of the weapon racks, and she
Okay.
pulls out a spear, and she starts like just cleaning it off and looking at it, and she turns around, and the spear's in her hand, and she's looking around the room, and she says, "It's the oddest feeling. I remember training with this spear in this room. It was beautiful once. The walls were brightly painted." And she's just looking around. She's looking at the spear. All right, so you're going for the door?
Is your magic site still up, Finch?
It can be.
Oh, I thought you were doing this while I was doing magic site. Okay, no.
No. We wait for you to finish
No,
doing that.
when I turn it off as soon as we leave.
Okay. Yeah, I was going for the double doors. Yeah.
Okay. So they're at the bottom. All right.
Mhm. I know there's the other door there, but I'm going for this one first.
Oh, on the off chance it does matter, I do pick up some of the magically animated bones just because, hey, spell components maybe.
Okay. So past the double doors here. A second. The ceilings here are a little bit lower, and they sag from maybe water damage time. The heavy beams that once supported everything just have a big bow in them as the ceiling is dropping a little. There's a small fog that clings to the floor in thick patches. It makes it really hard to see fully into the room. It's got the same quality as the fog outside that you know to be a little hazardous to inhale.
That's 10-foot pole territory, that is.
Okay.
I'm not advancing into the room.
I take out my pole.
Okay. So as you're doing this, the light from your amulets is being kind of broken up by some of the fog that's coming in here, but you see something moving in the back towards where it says K63. Roughly, you can kind of make out head and shoulders and arms. It's fairly tall and wide, though, and it's kind of got a shuffling step, and it's coming towards you slowly.
Eagle!
Do I shoot it?
Doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I mean, it's coming towards us, and those skeletons came towards us.
Yeah, they rushed us.
I'm gonna keep behind Galen still at this point, and
I do have a big shield and a big if-off mace.
Yeah.
So,
and
it's not the worst idea.
I get my bow ready and I just wait.
All right.
I knock an arrow. Let's roll the d8. Figure out what that's gonna be. 6.
Okay, if it's poison, I don't want that side.
No, the air kind of gets frigid around the tip, and there's a bit of
Perfect.
like frost that starts growing on the tip of the arrow. So if you
All right.
wait until the figure comes into your light area, it's a really tall, wide, large human. It seems to have a limp in his left leg as he's just kind of dragging it along. He's wearing musty old robes. He's like giggling to himself a little bit as he looks up to you, and you notice his eyes are two different colors. He's got a gold eye and a green eye, and his hair is really long and just filthy and oily. He looks over at you, and he's like rubs his eyes at delight and says, "Oh, guests! It's been a long time since I've had guests. I was just preparing a meal. Would you care to join me?"
What's for dinner?
Oh, same as usual. Rat.
Oh, we just ate. But I appreciate the offer. Is there a crypt down here?
A crypt? Oh, there are many crypts in this,
Yes,
in this
could you
castle.
direct us to Strahd's coffin, please?
No, there are no crypts here, though. You have to go well below the castle for the crypts and other places. It's strange. The master has crypts in many places in the castle.
Do you know a lot about this castle?
Well,
Could you identify certain spots if we showed you pictures?
pictures. Oh, I like pictures.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Fake Jam, can I see those pictures real quick?
Yes, yeah.
Can you identify any of these
Okay,
spots? And I
so you
just
put the arrow.
fan out.
So
Oh
you
yeah,
you had
I
you had an arrow
yeah.
knocked and
Well, yeah. When he starts talking, I kind of put the arrow away at that point, and I yeah, I fan out the cards to show him.
Is this your card?
Like,
all right, so he gets forward, and this is a massive, massive man. He's maybe 7 feet tall, very wide. He just kind of looms over you. It's like, oh, that's very nice, very nice. No colors though. I like colors.
yeah, we didn't have a lot of paints available. Do any of these look familiar?
Um, he rifles through and he finds one. He says, oh, the church. I remember the church. Oh, it was such a
Where
beautiful
is that?
place. Oh, you passed it. It's above us. The doors have been locked and chained for many years now. It was a nice place.
Hmm.
Hey, do you want to see it? Can you take us through it?
Oh, no. I have work to do here. I'm not allowed off this floor. And my
How-
rats are cooking. Are you sure they're quite succulent? The rats here, they get very large and plump.
Does he
hmm.
spy Arena?
Yeah, she's standing there. He sees her. He doesn't
Okay,
comment.
doesn't react. All right, cool.
How long have you been here?
I've been here since a wee lad. My parents worked for the master, and now I work for the master.
Do you know why we might have been brought here?
Oh no, the master's thoughts are not shared with his humble servant. If you're here, it's at his call and beck. I am sure. Guests
you-
of the house, are you?
Would you have any recommendations of places we go while here in this castle as guests? Things we should see, things we should visit.
The castle is old. It is old and large. There are many areas that are dangerous to tread upon. Floors may fall beneath you, ceilings may fall. It is dangerous to go too far from this floor or the one above. The master, if you were not told where not to go, you have the run of the castle. Just don't go there.
Where's there?
And he kind of points. Let me get this right here. Give me just a second. All right. So yeah, he points like off. Oh, I can't get it to ping. Yep, out here.
Okay. What's over there?
The wine cellar.
Oh, wait, why wouldn't anyone be allowed in the wine cellar?
It's the master's private stock, his reserve. I watch it for him.
Ah, I see.
He straightens
Okay.
himself up a little bit.
Well, that's definitely a great commitment. You must be proud of your work.
I know every bottle, every vintage. I know on what lands the grapes were grown. I know what year. I know what it best pairs with. Nothing pairs good with rat, unfortunately. But you must be famished if you don't wish to share in my humble meal. Perhaps you should go to your rooms. And he points off in this direction.
Oh, our rooms are down here?
Oh, up.
Up. Wait, how do we get there?
The stairs, just over there.
Oh, I don't see it on the map.
You
Okay.
won't until you start moving
Okay,
down the
that's
hall.
fair. But I thought you said we can't go there, down there.
Oh no, not into the cellar. Right before the cellar, there's a huge set of stairs.
Okay.
I haven't gone up them in a while. They may not be safe. Walk carefully. It is the easiest way to get to your rooms.
Okay.
What else is down here that you're taking care of?
Yeah. Well, Once upon a time, the guards lived on this floor. They trained, they worked, they slept. That was long ago.
Could you possibly give us a more obscure answer?
Obscure. They're gone. This was the guards' level at one time. The servants, even.
Why is this land cursed?
You would have to ask the master.
You don't know?
My rat, I smell it now. It's beginning to burn. If you'll pardon me, I have to see to my food.
All right. What was your name again?
Cyrus.
Cyrus. All right. Thank you, Cyrus. Enjoy your meal.
A rat on a stick. One day to the next, it's always a rat on the stick. La 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 la.
You know, we should get that guy to come with us when we leave here.
Yes, I love him. I want him to travel the world with me.
I don't know.
I'm glad I
Rather
didn't kill
uncultured to
him.
me.
All right. So, do we want to go to our rooms or do we want to risk the stairs? He said they might fall in. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, he's not guarding the wine cellar right now. He went a different direction than the wine cellar, right?
I mean, we're here to look around, so let us look around. I mean, we can look around by going in this direction towards the stairs if we need to.
That's fair.
I mean, why
All
not?
right. I'm gonna.
There is that other doorway off where we are at the moment. Otherwise, yeah, there's the hallway.
All right, so where do you want to go?
Onwards!
Yeah. Let's just
Onwards!
open doors in this hallway. Just.
All right, you want to open the one at the very beginning of the hallway first? Right here?
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is it locked?
No, all these doors are opened.
Okay.
Give me a second here. Reveal
Is-
area.
Renfield, or whatever his name is, still here, isn't he?
No, he left down
Oh, he
to
wandered off.
K63.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
he wandered off to get his rat.
So he's leaving us to our doom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is a bedroom. It's cramped from wall to wall. There's numerous items that are filling it. There's a small sagging bed set to one side under a huge faded tapestry of the castle itself. There's dusty lanterns laying about, not lit. Huge rich curtains draped haphazardly about the room. Thousands of pieces of junk cover the floor. Broken swords, crumpled shields, helmets, just everything lying in piles.
Aside from that, impeccably clean.
Exactly.
Oh, I found the junk room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it is. It's like just stuff that's been just shoved in here over time.
Do we want to rummage through all this junk and see if there's anything useful? Or...
Don't have any particular excitement about it, but if you want to go for it.
I'm afraid what might jump out at me in a mess like this. I just close the door. Let's go to the one behind me at K62.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, the one right behind K62 here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It goes to another circular staircase that goes both up and down.
There's more down.
Is that thing that's to the right of the staircase, is that a thing or is that not visible?
It is actually not visible. I just
Okay.
unearthed it there,
Okay.
but it's not.
Sorry. Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything. Looks like stairs
Nothing
here.
at all. Yep, more stairs here.
Alright, cool. Let's check. Go kitty corner to the other one that's right next. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
So this was a kitchen at one time. There's a huge pot that's still bubbling and simmering over a fire in here. This is not the room that Cyrus went into, but there is something cooking here.
Is it rat?
Is there a lid on the pot?
There is a lid on the pot. It's slightly bubbling.
Is it like a hook lid that I can like
Mhm.
lift off? Okay, 10-foot pole, take the lid off.
Okay. You take the lid off, and arms start coming out of the top of the pot, gripping the lid and pulling themselves up. They're skeletons with a bit of flesh still left on them. It looks like some of the flesh has been boiled off, but several more hands join, and they start to pull themselves out of the pot. There's
Oh.
3 of these.
It's a big pot.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
3 of these slightly meaty skeletons that start pulling themselves out. So it's
What
going to
happens
take
if you
them.
turn them?
It's going to take them a round to be able to pull themselves out. So you guys have a free round to do whatever you want.
I'm
Turn.
Where are they going to run to? The bottom of the pot?
They just grab the lid and put it back on top of the pot.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you want to try and turn them, go ahead. They're not one hit die creatures, so
So that would turn level 2.
okay. How many?
Not 2-star, but just level 2.
Okay, and how many will it turn?
I don't, because I have to roll twice, once for turning, once for how
Yeah.
many? That's not clear.
Yep.
Okay. 7.
All right. Yeah, exactly what you said. They they grab the pot lid that's on the end of your pole. They pull it back over on top of them.
No, we're not here.
Is there a way to secure it shut?
I mean, you tell me how. It's just a pot lid, so you can weigh it down with something. Maybe if you look around. I mean, there are. There's no weights immediately around, but there are other pots, pans. There's some wood. It's petrified at this point, but there's some wood around.
You know what?
Also,
Yeah,
the skeletons,
let's-
they're pretty scared too.
You know what? Let's lay some things of petrified wood on top of it. Yeah, just stack it on top real good.
You could just destroy the skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you just pile some wood on top of the lid to keep them in there. They seem perfectly content to boil away.
Not going out there, not with them. Elves.
They stink of the goodness. Ah.
All right. Anything else in this kitchen? I'm gonna look around.
Utensils, most of them are rusty and badly cared for.
Okay. Is there like a big frying pan or like a
Sure.
wok?
Yeah, there's there's no wok, but you find a big iron pan, sure,
How much damage would that do?
like a club.
Okay. So we're gonna add.
Big iron pan.
Yeah, because I was using a torch as a club before, so now it's just gonna be big iron pan.
Okay.
There we go. Cool.
Hey, it worked for same game, G.
All right, I'm spent.
All right. So now what? You gonna just keep going down the corridor?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
find
sir.
those stairs he mentioned, I guess, or
Right.
see if there's
Oh,
another
and you
door.
see
You
them
can see them
just-
right there.
Yep.
That
And they
is the
go-
stairs. Okay. Oh.
They're a very steep set of stairs that it's got a very
That
large
is a steep
incline.
stair.
Yeah. This just
Wow.
goes up and up and up into the darkness. And the area here in K63, you can see that there actually used to be like a portcullis bars that went from ceiling to floor. Most of the bars are badly rusted to the point where they've just started to powder and disintegrate. And you can see that probably Cyrus has just pushed some of them aside so that he can get through easier. And you can see the back wall is just lined in shelves. And there are barrels and bottles just lining the whole back area. And he's there just sitting on the floor. He's got a little fire going. And he's got a couple of rats on skewers that he's just cooking over them. Did you
No,
change your mind? I have some extra rat.
You know, no, but for helping us out earlier, I got something that could go with that rat,
Ooh,
I think.
seasonings. It's been forever
pull
since I've
out-
had salt.
I pull out my bag of rations that I still have. I still had one more. I just toss the bag over to him.
All right,
'Cause I
so
don't
yeah,
wanna
these are like the
enter,
fresh
'cause he told
rations,
me.
right? Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, bread.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had bread. He looks around. He says, oh, don't tell my master, but he never liked this particular vintage. He pulls a bottle of wine off the shelf, and he comes over to where the bars were and hands you a bottle, a C.
All right.
Nice.
Bottle of wine. What kind?
These were made on the premises. There was once beautiful, beautiful grape growing outside the windows on vines. It is a vintage that the master finds particularly too sweet for his palate. He rarely asks for it. Okay, so if you're looking, so you got the bottle of wine in your hand, and your companion looks over it, and she grabs it out of your hand, and she looks at it. She clears off the bottle, and she says, "I remember how this tastes. How is that? I've never been here."
I don't know how good I'd feel about drinking wine that Strahd made.
Mm,
Is resurrection a common thing in this world? Or
It's
is
not
this
common. Yeah, I mean, it exists, but it's not common at all.
Okay. So we wouldn't, although it's very obvious, but we wouldn't necessarily immediately leap to reincarnation.
What about possession or implanted? I mean, we've got no idea what.
You've run across
Dude.
possession several times already on your own, so yeah, that's a thing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could be possessed by the ghost of somebody here, or Strahd could be injecting memories into you. When
Now,
he
no one's actually ever
visits you late
said
at night.
the name, have they? No one's actually said his name.
Oh no, that guy. Yes, that is true.
Yeah. Because there's an important point that if you say his name.
Yeah,
So yeah,
there's that.
but we don't know the name yet to say that. So.
She hands the wine bottle back to you and says, "I remember it being very sweet. The grapes were plump and red. This used to be a beautiful place." And she kind of looks around, and she kind of looks past Cyrus at all the wines and the wines on the wall, and says, "I've never been down here, though." And she just kind of shakes her head like she's trying to clear it, and she just gets quiet again.
right.
But you haven't been on this floor, right? Or at least you remember being on this floor yet.
The guards. I remember some guards that showed me how to use a spear once. I wanted to go boar hunting with my father, and they were trying to discourage me, I think, by showing me how heavy the spears were.
Right.
So I guess we just go up the stairs now. I'm gonna go up very carefully.
All right, so
Is there like a banister or?
there's not. They
Okay.
used to have a rich red carpet. This just molded away at this point. It's the floorboards are exposed beneath it. They're wooden. They creak as you go ahead. Give me a dex check. Okay. Several floorboards creak under you. You feel like a step or two is about to give out beneath you, and you quickly leap to another step, and you make it to the top just fine. How close are you guys staying to one another?
I'm not sure. I went first, but I do look back and after I make it, and I'm like, guys, you have to be really careful. Like I almost went down.
This ought to be fun.
Hmm.
Who's next?
Nobody. We go a different way and leave him stranded on the stairs.
Wait, is there a door at the top of the stairway?
So you're at the top, and actually, if no one's right behind you, they can't see what you see. Okay, so unless you guys
Okay.
are staying really close together, yeah,
No.
But is there a door up here though?
there is.
I'm going to tie a rope around like a knob or a latch or handle or something if possible, and I'm gonna throw the rope down the stairs, the other end.
How much rope you got? What's in your
50 feet.
inventory? 50 feet? Okay. Yeah, sure. You can do that. You find some good solid steel work, actually. If you
Okay.
go way to the top of the map, just underneath the outside picture of the castle, you'll see just a little square that I've highlighted.
K47.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I attach the rope firmly and secure it, and then throw the other end down there and be like, "Here, guys, use this to help balance and take like counterbalance your weight."
Yeah, so the rope comes down the stairs. You can hear him calling out from above you.
All right. Up we head then, or up I head at least.
Okay. Make me a dex check. And are you holding the rope or not?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I am pulling desperately on the rope that is attached to the door that is going to fall apart.
Well, he
Oh,
said it
very,
was
very low
good
success.
steel
But,
work.
Yeah. Some of the floorboards do break beneath you, but you're able to just hop to the next step and you're okay. The rope does help. So you get to the top as well. Who's next up?
I might as well go.
You grabbing the rope?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a roll.
A dex check.
Dex check.
That's awesome. I have a dex of 5.
oh,
All right. Here we go. Where's my... There we go.
Just tell us what you make, Bill. There it is. Okay. Yeah, floorboards break beneath you, and you've got a good grip on the rope, so you're dangling in the void that is beneath the stairs.
Good thing I got a 16 strength.
Yeah. So your amulet, the light on your amulet kind of plays across the inside here. This cavity at the very bottom, you can see the skeletons of people that have been sealed up inside the staircase. You can see tools surrounding the bodies, like hammers, saws, etc. It looks like the construction crew was just entombed in here at some point. Make me a strength check.
All right.
Yeah. You pull yourself up by the rope and you continue up, breaking more floorboards beneath you, but you're able to mostly just haul yourself up using the rope and what steady footing you can get here and there. But you're leaving behind you all kinds of holes on the stairs. So, Galen, you're going to have a little harder time getting up now.
Sorry, man.
I assume the NPCs just sort of teleport up there.
No, she needs to make a check too. Give me a second. She will use the rope, and she makes it just fine.
I'm going to
making the
obviously
last
use the
remaining stair.
use the rope. And what I was going to try and say is try and stick to the sides of the stairs.
Sure.
Because they're usually stronger.
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember, we do rerolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
No problem. Yeah, the edges of the stairs actually are quite strong, and you have no problem getting all the way up to the top. So with everybody at the
I don't
top,
know why
of this...
you guys couldn't do that in the first place.
So everybody's at the top of the landing now. Here, let me scroll
Scroll
my.
up. As long as we're doing this methodically, we won't leave any room unchecked. Wait. Oh, well, too late now.
There we go. Okay, so you're all on top of the landing now. The landing is stone up here. It's a good 10 by 20 feet. After you get off the stairs, it's good, strong stone. No worries once you're up here. There is a good chill draft that kind of plays through the room. So there's either broken windows or maybe even arrow slits up here somewhere that's causing cold air to just kind of rush in. Beside the door, so there's a door there at the far end of this room, there's a portrait that hangs. So, C, are you still in the lead?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well, we retrieve the rope first of all.
All right,
yeah, I'm gonna get my rope. And roll that back up.
Sure.
Uh,
Make
that
me
might
a
take a minute, so.
D percentage roll once you do that and you kind of approach the door there.
D percentage.
Yep.
23.
Okay. Can't quite make out the painting. It's really moldy. A lot of the paint is flecked off, but it looks like it was a portrait of somebody at some point. The
Hey,
door
Irina.
here is it's got a bar on this side, but the bar hasn't, like there's a wooden piece and the slats to drop the bar over the door, but it's not currently barred. It does look, though, that the wood has swollen over time through just wind and weather, and it's stuck pretty good in the frame. So what do you want to ask Irina?
To look at the picture, see if she recognizes anything.
Okay, yeah, she'll take a look at the picture. She shakes her head after a while and says, "No, I don't believe I've seen this picture. Because I don't ever remember being in the castle before, so I'm not sure whose memories these are."
Oh, did you describe the painting? Other than a portrait, I don't know.
It looks like it's a male figure, you're guessing, because it's wearing kind of like a suit. But you can't make the features out very well at all. All the color has run. There's mold all over it.
Got to take it to Bump Gun Restoration. Just one thing I wanted to quickly check, and I can just roll secret to see if it is like an opening to a secret passage, something behind it.
Yeah, roll me D6 actually.
Elf detect secret door. Doink. Woo. I got a 2.
Okay. You do actually find it's not behind the portrait, but one of the stones is. You notice there's lichen growing around the edges where you don't see any growing anywhere else, and it's because there's a trap door behind this piece of stonework. And you pry it up. It looks like it hasn't been accessed for a long time, and there's a ladder on a wall that just goes down, 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 down. Your light doesn't illuminate the bottom of it. It's very small too. It's made for a smallish person. Like if anybody's got a fairly high con like Radnar, you'd have a hard time squeezing down through here. You could, but it'd be a little tight.
Yeah, it might be.
Okay. And then the other thing you find is that swollen door against the wall there. There's also, of course, stairways. There's a stairway going up there as well. I'll reveal that a little bit more.
Yeah. All right.
That's the same stairway that we ascended.
No, the one here at K47 is the one you ascended. This is a new stair that just goes up and then it drops onto this platform.
No, sorry. I mean, K47 is shown as a roundy stair.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's
right,
where it comes
fine,
up.
it's just...
Yeah.
What's that thing? If the architecture is weird, a wizard did it.
Of course.
So Cyrus told us to don't go any higher than the basement and the first floor.
Did he?
So, yeah, he said that it's not structurally safe beyond the first floor. So, I mean, we could, but we might fall through it. He said the ceiling and floors could collapse. So,
When he says first floor, does he mean America? Well, I mean, what is the first floor in whichever land we are in now?
Yeah, that's up for you to determine.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
well, he said this floor when we were down there, and he said the one above it.
Aha.
So that's the one we're on right now. So,
Because
yeah.
that
No,
stairway
it's
seems to go up a
definitely
lot.
not. No,
I was
this
gonna say.
stairway climbed way higher than the floor you came down
Oh.
So, I mean, technically, this is the floor above it, but it's not directly above. So, who
Okay,
knows?
so
from. He did say
I
your
mean,
rooms were up that stairway, though. So.
check those double doors then. Can somebody, it looks like they might be swollen. Is anybody busted them open?
They've absorbed a lot of moisture. Yeah.
Yeah, so who wants to? It's not a matter of picking it. It's swollen to the wall, so someone needs to
Who's
kick it
strong?
down or break it.
Who's strong? Is anyone else strong?
I mean, Radnor the Large.
Yeah, I've got a
The
16
muscles
strength.
on Radnor there.
Yeah.
If you want to put a boot to it, Radnar, go ahead and give me a strength check.
All right, let's do it. Come on. I'm just going to roll a d20.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 3. My strength is 16.
Not a problem. You give it the boot, and the door pretty much just cracks right where you struck it and falls in half into the room.
That's how it's done, folks.
We are great house guests.
Yeah.
We break your stairs, we break your doors. Oh well.
All right.
Well, in fairness, he did bring us here, like didn't ask us if we wanted to come to Barovia.
No, I mean,
So this room has a low ceiling, supported by very heavy beams of wood. They seem to press down a little into the room again, like there's been some moisture damage to the roof, and it's kind of falling and descending a little bit. There are 3 windows, leaded glass in steel lattice work. Some of the windows are broken, and that's where the outside environment has come in and made the door wet and swollen. There's plush overstuffed chairs and couches placed about the room. Fabric has faded with age. The prints are nearly gone. There's a bookcase that lines the east wall between 2 doors. So that's the other end here. And there are a couple of canopied beds in the room. So yeah, it looks like at one time this was a very lavish guest room. The books on the shelves here seem to still be intact is not a great word. I mean, you can see some mold growing on them, but titles are still legible.
Are any of the books look visually disturbed? Like,
No, it doesn't. Nothing in here looks like it's been disturbed in a while, but with the lead glass windows broken, there has been a fair amount of wind blowing through the room, so it's not as full of dust and cobwebs. So you can't actually tell if anyone's walked through here recently because the wind is just moving everything about.
what language are the books in?
Well, looking, some of them you don't know, but some of them actually you do know. So, Fig Jam, were you a native to the Karmikos area, or were you one of the Thaatians that came across?
No, I was a native of the
A
area.
native, okay. You can make out the titles of some of the books. Embalming the Lost Art, Life Among the Undead, Learning to Cope, Identifying Blood Types, Beginner's Handbook, and then some books on masonry and woodworking, and then many that you can't read the titles of.
I'll read out the titles to the others. This is some weird stuff going on here.
The one
I
that
don't know.
says Identifying Blood Types is an interesting one because the print inside is very precise. So like everything else is written by hand is what you would, and you would expect that. But this one has actually been typeset like it's a modern book. Not that your character would know that.
But it's, I mean, I
But
don't know if you can get
it's a language you can understand, though.
I mean, I don't need to identify any blood types, but it's very interesting. So,
Does it say if you're blood type A, then you're earnest and neat, and if you're B, you're passionate and creative?
I don't even know if we. I mean, what are blood types? In a world where magic is possible, then why would you know about blood types? You wouldn't be doing transfusions. You'd be healing people with magical potions.
wasn't
We'll,
he?
we'll turn slowly and look at the bottle of wine.
Didn't we already table talk? I guess didn't we already figure out he's a vampire?
Yeah, we know he's the vampire. Well, we know some generic things about vampires. We don't know anything specific about
Which were then immediately countered by the fact that we could see his reflection.
the reflection of the dummy.
Right, but he was there. Right?
It was the dummy.
Was it not?
It
was
was
the dummy.
But we saw his head, right?
Right, that was the illusion. Was that the dummy was
Ah,
him?
of course. Yes, I'd forgotten illusion.
He was just behind there and talking,
Yeah.
like out of sight of the mirrors because of how they were positioned. So, because I pushed the thing over when it
And
was
it
showing him, and he fell over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basic knowledge of vampires would be blood sucking, right? So
That's
to
pretty basic,
me,
I'd say. Yeah.
to me, it makes sense that he'd be curious about blood types. I mean, like you want to know about what you're gonna eat, like.
right.
Do we know he's a vampire at this point?
You don't like know, but you suspect.
That's
Okay.
been like the rumor or whatever. I mean,
And we can
also
ask.
he's a fan of wines and like pairing wines and types of wines and like really when you think about it, types of bloods.
What,
My God.
what wine
he's a
goes best with
sommelier.
your blood type?
Yeah, a blood sommelier. You know,
Like, is he Tremere that he cares about the type of blood or something?
he could. I mean, if he's a wine snob, come on. But all right. I mean, this is our room. Do we wanna? Is that
I mean-
another door over here?
It is. Yeah, there's another set of doors. These doors actually look really, really intact. They're also, as they're not as weathered. It looks like they're stone doors. Actually, they're really there's a carved relief in them. There's a dragon carved into the left side. On the right side, it's like a wilderness scene with some antlered animals shown in perspective. There are ivory handles on the doors. Yeah, so there we go. It looks like not only intact, but they're beautiful.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
Show me what's behind door number 1.
This is just a magnificent bedroom. There's a 4-poster bed. It's enormous. It could easily, like 5 people could lay side by side across it. The
Oh, it's
room
a
itself.
California King.
Yeah. There's gold tassels. The cloth that surrounds it is still in good condition. I mean, there's a little mold, but it hasn't just completely deteriorated.
Well, I found my room, guys.
Oh, there's 7 of us, and
I'm
only
gonna-
5 can fit on this bed.
And so there's another set of doors in the very back of the room. They're very small. You would think maybe it might be a closet, but the doors are closed, so you're not sure. This room, because of how well the doors were made, has not decayed as much as other rooms that you've seen. The floor here is stone. It seems very secure.
All right. Hey guys, there's another pair of doors in here. I'm gonna rummage around this room and see if anyone comes in here with me before I open those doors.
Well, if you're
I don't
going to
wanna get too
rummage, give me a
far.
D6.
All right. Rummage, and 2.
You find a comb and a brush set. They seem to be made of ivory or bone. Very old, very elegant.
I'm gonna give it to Irina.
Yeah, well, she'll take them, and it doesn't seem to trigger any memories, though. He's like, yeah, these are quite beautiful. They're worth quite a bit.
I take them back. Ivory, comb, and brush. Got it.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I assume this was well. Looking around, I guess, see what else is in the room.
Does anybody throw the closet open?
That's a leading question.
I'll listen at it first.
Roll a D6.
Four.
Don't hear anything. The doors here they're very light. There doesn't seem to be any lock or anything on them. You can actually see through, like where they come together. There's like a small gap, and you can see it is a wardrobe behind it. It's a closet filled with clothing.
Okay.
You want to push it over and look inside?
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't go back that far. It's maybe half as deep as the room itself, and just lined all about. There's both men's and women's wear, very formal, very elegant. The walls in the room are interesting as they're lined with cedar wood, which has kept everything pretty well. Like there's no mold on the clothing. They're not eaten through by worms or moths. These suits would be very expensive.
There's no passage through to a forest with a centaur or anything.
Now that you're in the room again, roll me a d6, Bill.
6.
Yeah, you're just looking through them. The dresses are beautiful. The suits for men are beautiful. Just everything is all very well tailored in different sizes. I mean, there's even something there that could possibly fit you.
Huh. I don't know. I'm distrustful of anything from this house. Is there a bed nearby I can just plop down on?
Well, there's that enormous bed back in K50, the main room.
Okay, I'm gonna go lie down.
Okay. It's incredibly soft. It just kind of molds to your body. It's very comfortable. I mean, there is a slight smell of mold, because it's not like it was airtight in here, but it's not bad. It has been, we'll say it's been 2 hours now that you've been inside the castle. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, I was going to have a look under the bed to see if anything had been dropped and rolled under there and stuff.
There is a long, not very tall chest that actually is if you grip it, it rolls out from underneath the bed. And it's filled with bed clothing. Slippers, nightgowns, men's pajamas. Just again, the wood is cedar, so it's kept everything pretty well. Different sizes as well.
Bunny slippers.
Yep. Different sizes as well. So this wasn't anyone's particular room. Again, you get the feeling that this room was for guests of the house.
And they're just providing all the necessary things if they come in. Okay, well. I now have a pair of slippers. There we go.
Yeah. So what do you do? I mean, the room is very inviting. It's comfortable. It's been the best repair of any of the rooms you've seen so far. There are no windows or other doors other than what you're seeing there.
You know, it half occurs to me. Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks, Captain. You have have a low opinion of our party's abilities to survive, but I'm sure it's much appreciated.
No, he has an accurate opinion.
Yeah, there we go.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Whoever is keeping track of these things, that's 500 points worth of stuff that you can divide up however you want. I'm assuming the captain is not wishing calamity upon you.
Did we ever come up with the number from last time for our rerolls?
I actually have something written down here. I have, let me get to
Because
it.
that's 20 there.
I
and
have
then-
14 rerolls remaining, is what I have
Okay,
down.
so all right, so we're at 34
Oh
now.
my god, that is crazy.
Pretty sure it's higher than that, but I can't
Yep.
prove it or anything without
34
going back
is
and listen
more
to
than
it.
enough right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have written
Alright.
down now, so
Yes. All right, I was going to say, it occurs to me that if the thing that Stratus, that the guy is searching for, is the thing that we think it is, that while we were going through this place, we might be able to, put it somewhere. And thus, he can't kill any of us, because then it will be lost, because he won't know where to look for it.
do we really want to hide it in here, though?
I don't know. It's just a thing. I don't know whether keeping it with us is the only way we're going to stay safe, or whether hiding it is going to be the only way we stay safe. But
It could be our only way out of here.
It could be. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't give it away.
I mean, we needed it to get here, didn't we? This is the amulet that I got off the dude in the inn, right?
I think Radnar is actually the one carrying it, but yeah.
I gave it to Radnar, but I was the one that took
Yeah.
it from the guy originally. Yeah. Okay, it's the same amulet. Okay.
That is the thing
So,
we're
yeah.
vaguely hinting at.
I'm assuming
might not be that.
Yeah.
Could be anything. We don't know.
So Okay. Uh, where are we at? We're still in that bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have
I
we
mean,
explored? Have you explored all of the rooms up here?
we
Or have we not
checked the
been in that
closet.
other one?
There were the other doors in K49 and the bookcase.
No,
There was a
this
door on
is the
either
only
side.
door. This is the only door. So
Oh.
in K49, this is the door to where you
Oh.
are, and this is the door back into the hallway. The only thing you haven't did is the staircase going up.
But the other one, the side room, that's like a bathroom or something.
That's the closet.
Oh, that is. Oh, that's a walk-in closet.
That's a walk-in
Ooh.
closet. Yep.
All right.
What's
well,
these
there we go
things?
then.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong window. What's these things here at the front?
Windows.
Oh, the
Yeah,
windows.
those are
What's the
the
look out on?
3 wood.
What's the view?
It's actually looking over the peaks of. Here, I can show you to here. Here we go. Roof peaks and out into the night. So it's really dark outside now. You guys are starting to see some moonlight stream through. You see gargoyles on the peaks of the roofs out there. Give me a deep percentage check there, Jameis. Just you, since you're the one looking it out.
Ooh, it's really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Take it back.
It's, you gaze out for a moment and don't really see anything moving out in the distance. A little bit of moonlight shines through, but other than that, it's all fine.
I mean, it's getting dark, and I remember that all those ghosts came here
If you
at
broke
night.
out more of the leaded windows, you could actually fit through and drop to those roofs that are just beyond it.
I mean, does it look like there's anywhere else accessible via the roof out there?
I'll show you some more. Yeah, lots of roofs.
I look at all those roofers. Is there any sign of what's above us if we get upstairs? If we sort of peer out and look up?
Well, if you look up, you seem to be in a tower, and it does continue up above you. You also see the outer wall of another tower in this direction here, but you can barely see it because of just the angle that you're at. So there's another tower coming up over here.
I mean, do we want to try and go up one more floor and risk it, or?
I still want to look around this place more. I want to know the layout.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a yes?
Yeah. So yes to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Right. So if you go up,
Happy with that?
who is same marching order?
Yeah, I'll go up first carefully.
These
Right.
look steadier stairs this time.
They do. These are stone.
There's a stone. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Groovy.
All right.
Perfect.
So same again, same position. So you go up. There we go. So this ends up in the top crenellations of the tower. So this is actually exposed to the outside now. So if you guys look above, like if you move the map, I'm going to do it on the main screen here too, to the picture of the outside of the castle. You guys are in you're in the central tower here, and the stairs ended up over here. Wait, I'm sorry, nope, too tall. Here, this is where you are now on the outside.
Ah. Okay.
Does this place seem cleaner than the other one? I mean, we haven't encountered spider webs again since.
You haven't, yeah. But a lot of this, though, is been exposed to air. So, like, there's been moving air that's been clearing things out, too. Smells better.
I
It's a
suppose
little.
if there was
yeah.
storms. Yeah.
Right, now that I'm back. Does it connect through to back here? Because it looks like I might sort of just go through.
Well, at the
from
top
here
here,
through to
so if you're at the top of the parapet now, there is a walkway that connects it. It goes across and connects. So like here, let me see if I can. So you guys are here, and there's a
Yeah.
little walkway that attaches this to this, and it goes out back here. So like from here, there's a path that goes all the way across to the walls over there.
Okay.
And since you're out now, you're outside, assuming everybody follows the sea all the way out. You're now, it's full night now. Moon is high in the sky. Seems to always be a full, nearly a full moon here, as far as you can tell. Everybody give me D percentage rolls.
I bother re-rolling or am I done?
Attacked by the gargoyles.
No, but Fig Jam, you gaze out and you happen to just catch out of the corner of your eyes one of the rooftops that are below you. And yeah, the gargoyles do shift and move a little bit. They don't
We're
seem
going to be attacked by the gargoyles.
They don't seem to be interested in you, and they aren't looking at you, but it's almost like they just kind of shift and, wiggle their wings a little bit and settle back down.
So if someone happened to drop 200 points right about now, you could have the gargoyles attack us. Although we've been over, they're not gargoyles, they're grotesques.
All right, well, watch out for those things. They're alive. Turn up on that roof.
Got it. I'm gonna close my amulet of light so I'm not like a little beacon on the roof.
Wow.
Oh, what way can we go? I'm sorry.
Well, you can go back down, or you can cross this bridge that you see, which is K58.
How long is the bridge?
It's a slender stone and masonry bridge that hangs in the swirling fog. The stones are wet and slippery. There's an old iron hand railing rusted away years ago, leaving the bridge without any kind of handhold. So it's very thin, and there's a long drop to the ground below.
I don't like that. How slippery is it? Can I
Well,
get?
the only way you're gonna know is to cross it. You wanna?
Can I get on my hands and knees and like crawl, and then when I feel when it's slippery with my hands, can I like just?
You know what? If you're going to get on your hands and knees and crawl, it's fine. You make it all the way to the far end, but you do note that it's covered with like a slime mold that makes it really slick.
Oh.
If there was a lot of wind blowing through here, you could imagine even on your hands and knees you'd be blown right off. But it's fine. You cross just fine.
I relay that to everyone, like, hey guys, like, it's really slippery. If the wind starts blowing, even if you're crawling, it could throw you off, because I wasn't going to take any chances. So, if y'all want to crawl across too, I mean...
Yep.
Yeah, why
So
not?
at the far end is it's a tower. You're entering another tower on this open ground floor here. So does everybody do that? Just get on your bellies and crawl across?
Well, I mean, we can scrape it off as we go. If we just put down a sword and just push along, we'll collect up enough as we go.
You want to do that?
Yeah, because then we'll have a path should we need to flee in this direction.
Make me a con check.
How? Why? Why me?
Because you suggested it.
Well, yes. Why am I always the one who is silly enough to do these things?
You're
My
good.
success.
So when
You've
you
got a good
scrape
con. What are you complaining about?
when you scrape the slime mold off of the stone, like you do cut a path for other people, but you notice that it spores quite a bit. So like you scrape and it just kind of erupts with these dry spores that get into your nose, your eyes, your hair.
Ah, takes me back to sleeping outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're already infected with a number of molds and spores, so you're just fine.
Do I think I'm gonna get stuck if I crawl on my belly toward there?
No, it's wide enough. You'd be
Alright.
fine.
All right. Unfortunately, that's a consideration for
Yeah.
Brad. Yeah.
Yep. Again, this would be, if there was a lot of wind, this would be a horrifying proposition. But right now, the air is still, there's nothing going on. So if everybody gets down on your hands and knees, no roll required, you get all the way across.
I'm not doing that.
Irina doesn't either. She will make a dex check and pass.
I am creating a path.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I don't know if that makes it easier on anybody or.
Oh, but one, I don't know if that path gives me a +1.
Richard, roll me a d6.
And the number is a 5.
All right. Yeah, you actually do a really good job. So yeah, you're fine, Galen. You slip a little bit, but you catch yourself. And you don't go tumbling off, and you get across. Meanwhile, Fig Jam is just covered in slime mold spores. It's in his beard. It's in his hair.
How can you tell the difference from usual?
He seems perfectly at home in it, though, so it's all fine. All right, so you guys reach the other side, and there's a mosaic in the floor below you. It kind of stretches up on the stairs going up and down. It's a vast empty tower that rises above you. You can't see more than a few yards up with your light, mostly because the stair curls. So yeah, the spiral staircase just kind of curls into the darkness, keep going above. There's another set of stairs going down.
So what is the mosaic of?
It's that dragon pattern again. Again, the dragon pattern goes up, and the forest scene with the stags or the antlered animals go down.
You don't recall anything about this, Irina, do you? I mean, the dragon pattern-y thing. Assume it's a coat of arms of some description, but or not coat of arms, but you know, I think.
She says, "No, I remember the patterns, but I don't remember any particular meaning to them."
I mean, the obvious one is that the dragons feast on the prey animals, so the prey animals go below and the dragons go up the top. Although scientifically, dragons have eyes on the sides of their head, which makes them prey animals. So whatever the hell preys on them, damn. But yeah.
Yeah, so what do you do?
Well, you with the leadership stick. Are we going up or down?
Or across.
Or back again, yeah. No, well, looks like we live here for the rest of our days.
I mean,
the stick wielder is indecisive.
Let's go down, maybe.
Sure.
All right.
See what's there.
So as you get further onto the platform and your lights illuminate more of the stairs up and down, you start seeing just in your peripheral vision there, there's a pulsing red glow high up on the stairs that go up. And it pulses kind of to the beat of your own heart. It lights things up a bit more, and it looks like the stairs that go up just continue to rise and rise and rise high above. You know that this tower is pretty tall, just from what you saw from the outside.
There's a red light up there. Yep. I'm gonna look up that way and be like, you want to check that out? Radnar, does this look like something magical? This glow? Anything familiar?
Does it look familiar to me?
It's red pulsing light. The only thing that seems odd to you, see, is that it's pulsing with the beat of your heart. It's like it's the same exact rhythm
As my heartbeat.
as your heartbeat.
Is anyone else seeing it to my heartbeat, or are they seeing it to their heartbeat?
You ask?
Yeah, I asked that out loud. I'm like, so is this pulsing to your heartbeat too, or just mine?
If you all pause and check, just between you, it's just yours to see.
All right, so that light is pulsing to my heartbeat, guys. I feel like
Maybe you've got the special thing.
I should check it out. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's investigate the chambers of your heart.
So as you go up the stairs, ahead of you on the stairs, coming out of that red pulsing light that's high above you on the stairs, seems to be a misty form that starts to gain a little bit of solidity as it marches towards you. Its steps upon the stairs as it comes down also matches your heartbeat. And the figure kind of resolves into that of a guardsman with a pot helm. He's got a large two-handed sword as he's continuing to step down to you. It's probably causing your heartbeat to speed up as well, which causes his steps to speed up, which causes the light to pulse faster. Roll initiative.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
That's a great number. That is a great number. Okay.
Oh
Well.
no.
All right. So, your heart rate just starts to get higher and higher, which causes it to move faster and faster as it just closes with you, and it takes a mighty sweep with its double-handed sword at you. See, that's gonna hit.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
Ooh.
Sucks.
We have lots of
Ouch.
rerolls.
Only 2 points of damage, though. You jump back just as that blade, like it would have just cut you in half, and you managed to just take one step backwards, just getting you out of the way of most of that blade. But even so, just the last inch of that blade just cuts a line across your stomach. 2 points of damage. It's your action now. So the stairs are wide enough for 2 people to be side by side, but not any more than that, and still be able to have elbow room to fight. So what do you guys do?
All
Is
right.
there a big open space behind the guy about
Yes.
20 feet in diameter?
Well, okay, so the thing is, it's a curving spiral staircase that just continues to go up. So yes, there is a space behind him, but because it curves, your fireball is going to hit a wall. And so, yeah, you could do it, but there is a
It's
chance
gonna blow back on us.
you might get some blowback. You might.
Yeah, well, I'm fine with that, but I don't think everybody else has a thing of fire protection, so that's probably out.
I mean, I'm willing to retreat backwards because I am not a frontliner. So I'm gonna be moving
you're in
back.
melee. So you can take a fighting retreat. You can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna ask Galen if he thinks this guy is undead or a construct or something.
Now, you guys didn't see it manifest, so only Ali, or only Essie knows that it kind of formed out of mist. So he hasn't shared that. You just see a solid
Okay.
figure of a knight in plate armor in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just like he appeared out of nowhere, and goes faster the more scared I am because of my heartbeat. I think it's
Well, I
pulsing
know-
a lot. It's like a rave up here.
I know one way to stop your heartbeat.
I mean, you're
Um,
not wrong.
So there is a drop off one of the sides of the stairways, right? It's open to the air.
Yes.
Okay.
So your right-hand side just drops down. There's no railing there. It just drops straight down this tower.
Cool.
Left-hand side is enclosed. So the wall is on the left-hand side. Yeah, so you use your weapons to make a defensive barricade of steel as you take a few steps back. What do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna chuck a dagger at it.
You're going to chuck a dagger at it. Okay, go ahead. What's your THACO?
My THACO is.
It looks like, can you even hit it?
No, I have it. I just have to scroll down to see where.
I was just thinking Bert might be wondering, can you even hit this?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
it
that's a
is.
good one.
Yeah, it's a knight and
Good.
plate.
My THACO is 16, and I rolled a 17.
Okay. All right.
Close.
You hit it.
Okay,
Yeah. Go ahead and do damage for the dagger.
5 points of damage.
Okay. The dagger sticks in between a joint of its plate. Doesn't seem to slow it down though. What's the next action?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did her.
Okay. Do you want to take some steps back? You're not engaged yet.
Yeah. I guess I tried to clear the way for others.
Okay. You take a few steps down. Galen, what are you doing?
I'm readying to defend, but I'm going to say, advanced Sir Knight, we have no quarrel with thee.
Okay. So you talk.
Yeah.
All right. Good enough. Well, why don't you roll for the initiative on the next round? And
Hey,
Galen,
I'm
just so we have an idea of what's going on here, Galen is in the front now because everyone else is taking a step back.
Unless Irina stepped up as well.
She did not. She's staying way in the back.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm the closest to the front.
Is anyone casting? And Bill, Radnar could be side by side with Galen if you wanted to. You didn't say you really moved, but you were probably near the back, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I've been moving back. I'm not dumb.
Sure. All right. Is anyone casting this round?
No.
Okay. They go first. Seeming to, well, they're not going to completely ignore you, Galen. He is basically going to try to shove you off the stair to the big fall below.
And that's what I was sort of trying. I was going to try and trip him up and push him off the stairs too. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's going to work. That's going to work.
Make a dex check.
Okay. How many? Let's see. 4 rerolls to do a success. Yeah, succeed.
Okay. Well, you steel yourself against it then. Do take 3 points of damage, though. As it touched you to push you off casually, the flesh around the hand becomes so cold it burns your flesh and just leaves dead skin behind on your arm there.
Ouch.
Yep. And that was like a casual just touch, as he's not concerned about you as he continues his movement to be engaged with the sea again. He made an attack against Galen, so he has no attack this round, but he's face to face with you again. You're in melee with him again. Next person, what do you want to do?
I'll go. Obviously, I'm going to try and knock him off.
Sure. Make me an attack roll.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's see if you need to use 4 of them to get a successful thing. I could try and see a successful thing. I'm just going to see what happens. That's a pretty good hit.
Yep. Okay, so that hits. Now the thing is that he's close to the wall, so it's a little harder to unbalance him to go down than it was for him to do to you. So what I want you to do is you're gonna have to pull him out. Well, are you trying to trip him or pull him off?
I was thinking in my mind tripping him.
Okay, I'm gonna do a dex check on him then. All right. He actually trips. As like you kind of shoulder him and he trips and he falls.
Yeah, because I'm using my shield as well, so I'm not directly touching him with the frosting stuff.
Yeah, it trips and falls. Doesn't make a sound as he falls past everybody. Galen, you're still the highest person on the walk. Why don't you make me a D6 check?
12.
The light continues to pulse, the red light from above, but now it's pulsing to your heartbeat, Galen.
What do elves' heartbeats go like?
Flighty and
so
every 1,000 years.
On the landing above you, so the stairs kind of curl up above you. you see a red mist forming that starts to walk towards you and solidifies into another armored form that takes a step with each beat of your heart. Starts coming down the stairs.
Can I shoot it with an arrow?
Go ahead.
Alright, D8 for the wild magic table. That's a 1. Oh no.
Okay.
What's that do?
Roll me damage.
Just damage?
Just roll me
Oh, no.
damage.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
2.
It bursts into flames, and before you can let loose the arrow, it just explodes, catching the hair on your
Ow.
eyebrows and hair. Take 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Wah wah.
Yep. So that's your action. Bill, what do you got?
Alright.
Let's see. I've got that ring of magic missiles. I could use one out of that.
You want to? Sure. Go ahead. Roll some damage.
Sure. All right, that's a D. That's 3d4 plus 3. Okay, looks like 12 points of damage total.
All right. The magical bolts tear through the armor. The figure kind of stops as if it seizes and tumbles off into the darkness, into the open area of the tower. Roll a d6 for me, Bill.
This is getting ridiculous.
Okay. The light high further up on the stairs changes its pulse, matches your heartbeat. Galen sees it. The mist start forming high up on the stairs again, solidifies and start coming down.
This is getting
Okay.
silly.
Yeah, Bill, roll a d6 for your side.
3.
Okay. Is anybody casting?
I was going to say, I didn't get an action last round.
Oh,
and I
sorry.
was just
Yeah,
going
go
to
ahead.
say, clear the stairs. And I was just going to go down the stairs and try and get off. So
Sure.
that it
Okay.
stopped coming.
Yep. Okay, so in the initiative order then, it will go first. Galen, you're still on the stair steps. It just ignores you and continues down.
Yep.
Fig Jam, assuming you went down after you told everyone to get it clear the stairs, you're furthest away. So a C, you're the next. Well, a C or Bill. C, you're actually you're. You know what? It just ignores you. It goes for Bill.
Awesome.
Yeah. So Galen, it passes you by. So if you want to take a free attack at it, go ahead. It just ignores you.
Free
As
shove.
tempting as it is, there's something else I'm going to do, which is either really good or really bad. We'll find out.
Yep.
Right
This
off the
is
top.
a free attack though. It doesn't take up your action.
Oh, right. Free attack. Okay, cool. Because my action is going to be run upstairs. 14. Yeah, that'll-
What's your Thaco?
That's a good question. 17.
All right. Yeah, do me some damage.
Nice.
What damage is a free attack? Oh, it's my mace.
It's whatever you attacked with. Your mace, yeah.
I'm just going to roll, isn't it? Because calculators all for me. Blah blah blah. 6.
Okay, 6 points. You dent the armor. It's definitely physical, whatever this manifestation is, but it continues on. Passes a C. So a C. You want a free attack on it? Can't use
I
your
have
bow
to do-
though, because the explosion thing. If you want to use a melee weapon, you can.
Oh, did the bow explode?
Your bow is a natural bow, right? It wasn't magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went up. Sorry.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, was there a bow in that training grounds we can go and get for him?
There were bows down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I have a dagger.
Now, you
know,
don't
can
have to take the free attack, but if you want it, you can take it.
Can I trip him?
Yeah, make an attack roll. Just
Okay,
as if you
we're
were
just-
attacking with a weapon, you can use the same
Yeah.
button.
All right. So, boop.
Okay. You said trip him. That's what you were
Yeah.
trying to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't stumble, which means it takes a final step forward and swings its two-handed sword at Bill, at Radnar, I should say.
Go, Bill. Come on.
Oh,
You can
it
do it.
misses. Can't.
Nice.
Yeah, it catches on the brick wall nearby, and it kind of slows the descent of that blade so that it just misses you entirely. Bill, why don't you roll again for your side?
No, that was system.
Oh, that's wait. Sorry. Your turn. You guys you have your turns now. So Galen,
Okay,
you're
so-
running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill, what are you doing?
So we're on this big staircase, and there's a lot of space.
To the right.
Side?
Yeah, to the right. There's a big empty void. To the left is a wall.
What if I were to heave my massive bulk against this guy and try to push him over?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you
you
try
can
to
do that.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do
Yeah,
that.
make me a melee attack roll. Just actually make contact with him.
Okay, 13.
Your Thaco, you said, was 16. So
My Thaco is 16.
You rolled a 13.
Yep.
All right. So you would have hit him if it weren't for his armor. So I'm going to say you do hit him.
Okay.
yeah.
Now we're going to do it a
This is-
contested. We're going to do a contested strength check. So go ahead and you make a strength check. He's going to make a strength check. Oh wow! I succeeded, but it was a low success. How about you?
I did not succeed.
You did not succeed.
Use a reroll.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
rerolls.
reroll,
Yeah.
reroll. Fuck
Yep.
yeah.
Go for it.
That's-
Yeah, you too.
Okay, I did. My strength is a 16. I rolled a 12.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh,
you
yes,
you
nice.
overbear him and throw him down the shaft on the right hand side. Again, without a sound, he just falls.
I threw him down the shaft.
Yeah. So Richard, you're watching him fall. You're at the lowest step before it goes back out into K20, and you notice that it just dissipates into like a red fog within your light before it actually hits anything. So it just dissipates.
I nod. Satisfied.
Yeah,
Understand.
Galen, you have ran up the stairs, and you see at the very top of the stairs, pulsing red light. It's coming from something.
Yeah.
You can't quite make it out, but there's something at the top of the stair that's pulsing red, and you see a fog come out of it and starts to solidify and turns into another one of these armored warriors.
If it's not pulsing with my heartbeat, I'm just going to ignore it.
No,
Well,
it's
like free attack.
yeah,
but,
the last person who got rid of it was Bill, so Bill, it's the light still pulsing with your heartbeat. All right, so Bill, roll a d6 for your side. Actually, sorry, a C. You could do something. The thing you did was a free attack. What do you want to do? Your bow is gone.
Can I run up the stairs?
Yeah, you're right behind Galen. Then that's fine.
How far away is that thingy? The glowy thing.
Maybe 40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. I don't think I can throw a knife that far. Let me see. Where is it?
I need to pass you my bow.
Yeah, no. I cannot throw a dagger that far yet. So I'm just gonna I'm
Run.
gonna have a dagger ready and just stick against the wall, like,
Sure.
you know, like this against the wall. Like, please
Yeah.
don't push me.
All right, sounds good. So Bill, roll a d6 for your side, and then if anyone's casting, let me know.
Rolled a 6.
Nice.
Rolled a 5, so you guys go first. And again, another one of these armored forms have materialized on the stair. It seems to be ignoring both Galen and a C, and it's just intent on walking down.
Yeah, unless, you know, I just want to do a free attack, I'm just content on getting past up to the top where the bloody red thing is.
Do you want to run by it and see?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it does ignore you. So you get to the top, and at the very top of the stair, there is some kind of construction made of glass and steel. It looks like a heart, not like the, you know, a picture of a heart, but like a physical chambered heart pulsing on the wall with that red light. You can actually see veins and arteries kind of going off into the distance. They're a little foggy. What do you want to do?
Okay. Oh, well, I thought that was my direction running up there. Fine, smashy.
Okay. Yeah, just make me a damage roll. You can't miss it, so just roll me damage.
Again, I'm just going to push the button so it does it for me. 9 points of damage. Because trash.
Yeah,
It's a magical tactical mace. So,
Yeah, shattering of glass, and some of the red gas that was inside of it starts to spew out. It actually flecks on you like blood. There's like little droplets of blood in the mist.
Well, that's good.
You see, as this armored form is taking another step down, is heading towards Radnar, you see like damage to the armor from that hit. Like it crumples in the side of the armor, but it continues to walk down. So a C, you're up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in and stabby McStab stab.
Sure. You're not over encumbered.
Actually, no, I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
So you're gonna get closer and throw? Okay, well you can miss, so go ahead and
Yeah,
make me
I'm gonna get within. Yeah, I'm
Sure.
gonna get within short range and do it with
Go
one of those thin blades you told me.
Sure, go ahead and make me an attack.
Or no, Yeah. All right. Boop.
Yeah, you hit. Point of damage.
Right.
Yeah, so like behind the armored form, there's a gash that opens up between its shoulder blades, but it continues on. So Radnar, what do you do before it descends upon you?
Can I yell something to Radnar?
Yeah.
Actually,
Yep.
after I hit the heart.
Mhm.
Get to the bottom of the
Yeah,
stairs.
I was actually thinking about that anyway. I'm just gonna head downward.
Sure. Okay. Well, then you join Fig Jam at the landing in K20. Yeah, that's it. So it continues to chase. Next round, Galen, why don't you roll this time for your side?
No, Fig Jam, you roll. I've rolled already. Fig Jam, you roll.
But we don't like Fig Jam to roll because he always loses.
I can roll you a 4. That is 3 better than my usual roll. Got 1 worse than Bert's.
All right.
So yeah.
So it goes first. Unfortunately, it does mean that Radnard's going to get an attack on you.
Yep.
We have re-rolls and stuff that we can force.
Oh, it misses. It misses.
It's just not trying.
Yeah,
are they?
you
They're
hear
just
the
straight for intimidation
clang.
more than anything else.
You hear the clang behind you as that massive two-handed sword, just misses completely as you take another.
So
It's a
basically-
two-handed sword in that limited space. It's
Yeah.
just not the right weapon for it.
So basically, it has the combat skills of my 9-year-old daughter.
Probably less. Less. Okay, Galen and Asia, I assume you're going to keep.
Smashy.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage, both of you guys. Asia, you're close enough that you can just jab it with
Another
your
8
dagger.
points.
All right. I'll just jab it.
Yeah, just roll me damage for your dagger. That's all
Pops
you
up
need
a
to do.
window.
Okay, it
2.
shatters.
D4s.
The light kind of fades out of it as the last blow is struck by a sea. It shatters, releasing this red mist. Both of you are just covered in droplets of blood, but the light stops, and the armored form just disintegrates. It just collapses into a red fog that just splatters all over the stairwell where it was standing.
Neat.
All right.
Good.
Well, we're at time, guys, so we will call it there for tonight. You have found a really weird construct up here, so kind of reaffirms the idea that Strahd is using a little bit both of technology and magic to get things done. So we'll sign off. Dion, you got anything coming up you want to plug?
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Silence in the Library, a 5th edition campaign on Folsham_Arts channel. I'm going to be playing Jesse Suganis, the Artificer Armorer. Kind of think Iron Man. Yeah, that's kind of the easiest way to put it. I'm Iron Man.
Nice.
And I'm really excited to get into shenanigans. So you can catch us Folsham_Art tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Sure. If you want to drop the link in the chat, go right ahead. Anything else?
Tuesdays and Fridays I'm here. Thursdays I'm on Friendon's channel with Monster of the Week. And that's it. Other than me streaming some Dead by Daylight, the new Killer came out recently, so that's been terrifying. So yeah.
Nice. Richard, you got anything?
Yes, I don't have a joke for today. I'm sorry. But I stream video games on LM, TD, TM, FFR, or limited time offer, no vowels, where I'm currently playing through Disco Elysium, the final cut as it came out.
Oh, nice. Yep. Jameis, you got anything?
I've got a blog, such as it is, very infrequent updating. Just dropped a link in chat there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's yeah.
Okay. How about you, Bill?
Do things.
Well, let's see. I've got upcoming Swords and Wizardry campaign for Frog God Organized Play. I'm going to be running the Lost City of Baracus. And next weekend is Frog God Games Day. I'll be running on Friday night that week. And so obviously I won't be here because I'm running there. And Saturday morning, I'm running levels 9B and 9C of Rappanathic, the Well of Agamemnon.
Very cool. Very cool. So tomorrow night, I am on the Goodman Games official channel. I am running an Umerica adventure in DCC, or the Umerica Survival Guide. And the Sunday, maybe doing some Gamma World 2nd Edition. Not quite sure yet. But catch us next week. Tuesdays, 1st Edition Dungeons and Dragons. And Fridays, our BX game will continue. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.